Among the methods is to look at how the material elements of our lives play a major part with regards to patience and us achieving it. The Prophet, peace be upon him, gave us advice on how to deal with these elements by saying, "Do not look to those above you who are more fortunate. Instead, look to those below you or less fortunate." This is because no matter what our situation is, there are always those who are worse off than us. This should be our general strategy with regards to the material life. Nowadays, the material life is a huge part of our life. We seem to be obsessed with it. Gaining all we can in this world seems to be the main point that most of us focus our energies towards. So if one must do this, then they should not let it affect their inner peace. While dealing with the material world, we should not keep focusing on those who are better off than us. Otherwise, we will never be satisfied with what we have. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "If you give the son of Adam a valley of gold, he would want another one." They say that the grass is always greener on the other side. The more a person has, the more a person wants. We cannot achieve satisfaction in the material world if we are chasing after it in such a way. Rather, we should look to those who are less fortunate. This way we will remember the gifts, benefits, and mercy that Allah has bestowed upon us with regards to our own wealth, no matter how little it may seem. There is another hadith which helps us in the realm of the material world to put our affairs in their proper perspective, and is a prophetic example of Stephen Covey's principle of first things first. The Prophet, peace be upon him, stated this principle over 1,400 years ago, and laid this principle down for the believers by saying, "Whoever makes this world his goal, Allah will confuse his affairs and place poverty before his eyes, and he will be able to attain nothing from this world except for what Allah has already written for him. So a person's affairs will not come together for him. He will be all over the place, like a chicken with his head cut off, running wild if he makes this world his goal. Allah will place poverty before his eyes, and no matter how much money he has, he will feel poor. Every time someone is nice to him or smiles at him, he feels that they are only doing so because they want his money. He can't trust anyone and is not happy. When the stock market crashes, you read about some of those who invested in it committing suicide. A person may have had 8 million and lost 5 million with 3 million left after the market crashed, but losing that 5 million seems to him to be the end. He sees no point in living after that, as Allah has put poverty between his eyes. We have to keep in mind that a person will not get from this world except what Allah has already written for them. This is the bottom line. After all that running around, staying up late at night, being a workaholic, a person will only get that which Allah has already destined for him or her. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Whoever sets the hereafter as his goal, Allah gathers his affairs for him, gives him richness of faith in the heart, and the world will come to him grudgingly and submissively." Such a person attains richness of the heart. Richness is not about having a lot of wealth, but richness is having wealth of the heart. And what is wealth of the heart? It is contentment. And this is where the peace comes from, when a person submits themselves to Allah, and this is Islam. The inner peace is accepting Islam in our hearts and living by the principles of Islam. So Allah will put richness in a person's heart, and this world will come to him submissively, on its knees and humbled. Such a person will not have to chase it. This is the promise of the Prophet if a person puts first things first, and that is the hereafter. If it is paradise that we want, then that should be manifest in our lives. It should be the point of our focus, what we keep putting in the forefront.